it a blessing to have a group of priests who have been close to us join us today in this celebration. We also wish to extend a word of welcome to those other religious congregations who have always been a source of strength and encouragement to us. We are very fortunate and blessed with the presence of our Mother General, Mother Raymond, and one of the councillors, Sister Anastasia, who have come here all the way from Sri Lanka to give thanks to the Lord with us, His many graces. We thank them and our sisters in Sri Lanka for their prayers and constant concern for us. We will not forget our lay brothers and sisters who have contributed immensely to make our mission in Melbourne in general and in Geelong in particular a happy and meaningful one. Life here would have been more glorious without them. 50 years of devoted service to the church and to the people of Geelong is a matter we can be proud of. As you are all aware, we are a missionary congregation with roots in Sri Lanka. The church in Sri Lanka was built on the sweat, blood and sacrifices of many foreign missionaries who have drawn inspiration from the recently canonized apostle of Sri Lanka, St. Joseph Vaz, and their own dedicated missionary, giants in their respective congregations. Time has changed.
To Bishop Vincent Long, to the priests, to the religious, to members of the Sri Lankan community, to members of the pastoral community, one and all, please know that you are very warmly welcome. I am honoured to be asked to offer this homily and vote of thanks as part of the Jubilee celebration of the Sisters of the Holy Angels. Today we gather to give thanks to God for them personally and for their work and for their legacy. A few weeks ago over lunch with the sisters, they said that they wanted me to give the homily, and I was delightfully chuffed. And they said, well, the reason is because my homilies are short. I may disappoint you this time, sister. Because there is much to acknowledge and to be thankful for. This weekend is Australia Day weekend, and at the heart it is a holiday, maybe even a holy day of celebration for the most part of European settlement in Australia. One aspect I think that we can genuinely celebrate is the multicultural nature of Australia. As Australia, we are one of the most multicultural countries in the world. An image of the richness of that of us being a multicultural country for me is just to take a walk along the eastern beach, not very far from here, around this time of the year. The grassy area is filled with people from all walks of life and all Sri Lankan Catholic faith and ministry to Australia. In doing so, they are emulating, as Sister Carmel mentioned, the first and recently canonised Sri Lankan saint, St. Joseph Vaz, the 17th, 18th century missionary who did much to rebuild the Catholic Church in Sri Lanka after its suppression by the Dutch Protestant colonialists. Pope Francis, in his homily on the canonisation, said, St. Joseph knew how to offer truth and beauty of the gospel in a multi-religious context, with respect, dedication, perseverance, and humility. The Pope then went on to say, we are called to go forth with that same zeal, the same courage of St. Joseph, but also with his sensitivity, his reverence for others, his desire to share with them that word of grace which has the power to build up. The Holy Father then praised the Catholics of Sri Lanka, who only make up 7% of the population, for the incredible charitable service of their neighbours in the multi-faith context of Sri Lanka. So today, sisters, we honour you for the charitable service and the spirit that you have demonstrated over the last 50 years. In January 1965, the sisters moved to St. Mary's of the Angels Hostel with their apostolate was to provide a place of lodging and hospitality for young girls coming to Geelong for study and other reasons. They provided this service for 39 years and no doubt were a great source of comfort, solace, security and peace of mind for these young women and their families. Also, the sisters at the bequest of Monsignor Hussey took charge of an elderly person's home in Wangaratta, a mission they undertook successfully for 14 years.
And of his marvellous deeds, in return for all that he has done for us, and for the great kindness he has shown us in his mercy and in his boundless goodness. He said, truly they are my people, sons and origins. He proved himself their Saviour in all their troubles. It was neither messenger nor angel, but his presence that saved them. In his love and pity he redeemed himself. He lifted them, carried them throughout the days of the old.
Before the angels I will bless you, I will adore before your holy temple. Lord, I thank you for your faithfulness and love. I thank you for your faithfulness and love. I thank you, Lord, for your faithfulness and love, which is only when you love you. On the day I called you and said, you increase the strength of my soul. Lord, I thank you for your faithfulness and love. I thank you for your faithfulness and love. O earthly king shall thank you when I hear the words of my love. They will sing of the Lord's praise. How great is the glory of God. Lord, I thank you for your faithfulness and love. I thank you for your faithfulness and love.
The time would run their course to the end, that he would bring everything together under the Christ as head, everything in the heavens and everything on earth. And it is in him that we are claimed as God's own, chosen from the beginning, under the predetermined plan for the one who guides all things, as he decides by his own will.
We are one body, this
Pray, friends, that my sacrifice and yours be acceptable to God, the Almighty Father.
Celebration. I think as a community, it is our duty to recognize the services extended to the community over the last 50 years by the congregation, and in a formal manner. There is a special presentation to be made here. To do the needful, may I request Dr. U.D.Perera from the Sri Lanka Australia Catholic Association to come forward, please. Dr. U.D.Perera. And it is to be received by none other than the leading figure of the sisters, who have been with us all the time, at good times as well as difficult times. Sister Concepta, please receive Sister Concepta.
think he brings the most attention anyway. All right?